Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Mickey Sightings Tonight Fun with Funkos, which was supposed to have been last night. But let me tell you, yesterday I got a notification that the Oswald the Lucky Rabbit had dropped at the Hot Topic store. Well, the closest Hot Topic store to us is all the way in Tallahassee, which is 89 miles away. So we're like, well, let's go check out Hot Topic, and at the same time, we can go see one of our nieces who is a student at Florida State, and thought, yeah, we'll do both trips. So we'll do that. It'll be a lot of fun. As I was at the Hot Topic store, I went, oh, it is 7 o'clock. I should be going live right now. But instead, as I told Lena, I took one for the channel. I got a Funko instead of being live last night. In fact, I got 3 Funkos, technically 4, and I'll tell you more about that in just a little bit. Well, it has been quite the whirlwind in the Funko world. Funko Fest has dropped. Oh my goodness, or the Funko Fair 2023. They have been releasing all the Funkos that are going to be coming out over the next year, and of course, a lot of those are for the Disney Studios 100th celebration. And I have decided, along with a couple other folks that are in our community, that we're all going to go broke before the year is over. There is so many cool things that are going to be coming up that have dropped just this week that are going to be coming out this spring. So tonight, we're going to look at some of those, and also I want to show you guys the Funkos that I got last night. But first of all, let me jump in the chat here and see who we've got watching tonight. Lena, good to see Lena in the house tonight, along with Miss Pamela. And we have Addison hey, Addison. It was so great having Addison on the stream with us the other night. She's going to have to do it again. I know you guys just loved her to death. She did such a great job. Check out All Around Addison. Check out her channel if you haven't. We'd love to see her channel keep growing. So give her some subscribers over there. That'd be awesome. As a matter of fact, if Lena, if you wouldn't mind dropping her link to her channel in the chat, that'd be awesome. And Pamela has been working. She is our artist of the week, kind of the artist of the month right now. And because I haven't gotten the stuff from Pam Fam yet, but so Pamela right now is still our featured artist, and she has been working diligently on all kinds of things that we'll be able to post in the coming days. And I sure will do it again, Addison says. That's awesome. And you definitely will. And Susie is in the house as well. Hello there. And we've got Bloomin' Cheesa. Bloomin' Cheesa is also in the chat. Great. So anyway, we're going to have a lot of fun tonight. And you guys are going to be blown away if you haven't seen the Funkos that are going to be coming out this spring for the 100 or for Disney in general. Man, and you're in for a treat. So I've got some slides I'm going to show. I also have my now famous Funko Cam, which Addison said, I love the Funko Cam. That was so cool. So we have the Funko Cam back tonight. And as we show off the Funkos, and Pamela said, I can't wait to see your Oswald Funko Pops. Yeah, these are great. And it is just really cool. Really, really cool. But first, before I show you my Funkos, I want to pull up some slides and show you guys what has dropped so far. And I mean, some of this stuff they announced after I just finished the last video on Fun with Funkos. So this stuff, thank you, Lena, for dropping Addison's link. Thank you very much. And it was like all week this week, Stevie Lee kept Instagramming me saying, oh, by the way, Sean, have you seen this? Oh, by the way, Sean, have you seen this? And I told her, I said, Stevie, we're going to be broke if we buy all of these Funko Pops. And Sam and I finalized, Lena, they finalized our 2023 vacations today. Did you see that, y'all? Vacations. Did you see it? Not just vacation, but vacations, which we will be with Lena and Sam in July at Disney, which is going to be really, really cool. We're going to spend the 4th together, probably more time too, but definitely the 4th together. We're going to have a lot of fun. Excited about that. And I know both of us will probably be streaming the fireworks on the 3rd and the 4th, because we're going to be at Magic Kingdom one time, and we're going to be at Epcot on the 4th. And if you've never seen 4th of July fireworks at Epcot, oh, wow, they are fantastic. There's a reason why people wait till the 4th of July to go to Epcot. We went one time on the 4th of July, said that was amazing. I mean, I'm not kidding. We were covered with gunpowder. There are so many fireworks that they launch at that, and the finale is just crazy. And so Pamela says, just that masterpiece is in your picture. The whole Owl House game. Don't put. Oh wow, cool. Don't want to show your friend. That's right. It's going to be a surprise. That is awesome. So we're going to be hanging out with Lena on one of their mini vacations of 2023 that she and Sam will be taking. But anyway, so without further ado, let's jump into these slides. I want to show you guys some of the things that popped up this week that is just really, really cool. First off, this is going to be kind of hard for you to see. You could probably screenshot it and zoom into it later. But this is what the post looks like when they drop the stuff from the Funko Fair for 2023. And this covers all Funkos, not just Disney Funkos, but all Funkos that are being dropped in this particular release series. But in this series, we have some real gems today. All right, look at this slide. First of all, look, there are going to be 2 more Walt Disney Funko Pops. This is amazing. No, 3 more, sorry. First of all, upper left hand corner, at least on my end, is Walt leaning against the movie camera. That is really cool. That is going to be a neat Funko. It is a Funko edition, so it's being released by Funko. So it will be available sometime. I think this one maybe March and April through Funko Shop. You'll be able to get that one. But I really love it that we're seeing more Walt Disney Funko Pops. Right now, they're just the 2 that I have. And then to the screen right is Walt holding Dumbo, a stuffed animal of Dumbo, and a stuffed animal of Timothy, which is really, really cool. And if you notice, the shading is different. And they did that because of the cinematography of the era. So that was just really, really cool. And then at the bottom is another with Walt on a train. Well, if you all know Walt Disney absolutely loved trains. He fell in love with trains as a really young boy through his uncle, and it was a lifelong love that he had for trains. But the cool thing is, if you look above it, is Steamboat Willie on the boat. That is a train car that will hook to that engine that Walt is on. Okay. Both of these Funkos are going to be released by Amazon, and you can go on Amazon now and pre-order them. Lena, if you could find the link to those, that'd be awesome. I meant to send them to you, and I forgot to. That we could put in the chat, because you can go ahead and pre-order that. I don't think they're being. I would have to double check my phone. I don't think they're being released. As a matter of fact, let me do that right now, so that I'll find the release date for you, so that you guys will know. Yeah, the Walt holding the Dumbo and the Timothy should be arriving in for me on March 23rd. I pre-ordered that one. The Steamboat Willie Funko there with the train, part of the train series, will be arriving on May 11th. So that one is much, much later. And I'm wanting to say that March 17th is when the Walt Disney with the engine will come in. So March and April, and then the Steamboat Willie is actually being released in May. But like I said, you can go ahead and pre-order all of them, and you'll have them ready. They are going to. I can go ahead and tell you, they're going to sell out fast. Collectors are all over these. Walt on the train. There has been such a buzz about that one. So if you can, I think it had already pre-orders had sold out, but they're back again. At least they were when I pre-ordered it, and you can check into it. The Walt Disney on the train engine is $24.99. Is what it's going for, which is not bad. That's not a bad price at all. That's $24.99, and then the Walt holding Dumbo and Timothy is $12.99, which is pretty. That's basically the standard cost of Funko Pops, $12.99. So that's not bad at all. And the Steamboat Willie the train car is $15. Okay, $15 even. So those are all pre-ordered. So that's good. So as soon as they showed up on my end, because I had a notification for when they went to pre-order them. It came through. These are going to be great. Now, if you'll look below the Walt Disney leaning against the camera, you'll see two Mickey Funko Pops there. These are amazing. These are seriously going to be hot items. They're also going to be released by Funko uh, Direct. They are die cast metal Funko Pops. If you know anything about Funko Pops, they're always made out of vinyl, right? These are going to be die cast metal. I am really, I cannot tell you how excited I am about these. Their boxes they come in are a specialty box that have carvings in them. And I've already seen they've done this with some others, but I don't know if they were die cast metal. But the boxes, if you put them on like how they have those, you can put a salt rock or something on those little lighting platforms. You can put it on a lighting platform, and it shows all the carvings inside those boxes. So I am crazy excited about these. I'm probably as excited about these die-cast Funko Pops as I am the Walt ones, and that's saying a lot. Okay, so I would encourage you guys when those go to Funko.com. I think I'm trying to remember if I did a notification on those. I think matter of fact, let me check that real quick. I went ahead and went to Funko, and you just search in Mickey Mouse or Mickey Mouse Funko Pop or Disney Funko Pop, and you can go ahead and click notifications where they will notify you when that particular Funko Pop comes available, and that may become available, to pre-order, or it may be that it's actually in stock. And so you can the Walt Disney with the drawing for the 100th that I have back here that I showed you last week that I got is already sold out through Funko.com. I mean, it didn't last any time. So I'm telling you guys, this stuff is going crazy fast. And just like everything, it ends up on eBay, and you're going to pay 2 or 3 times or at least or more for it. But I pre-ordered. I did a notification. You can't pre-order through Funko, but you can do a notification. I was going to see if the let me see here what I've got. Let me see diecast Mickey and see if it comes up here. Let's see. Yes, the diecast Mickey you can do a notification on it, and it looks like he is going to be $50. So those die casts are going to be it looks like probably $50 a piece. I kind of thought they would be more expensive because they are die cast. They're die cast metal. But how cool that's going to be. All right, hold on real quick. I'm going to close my door here for a second. There, this microphone picks up everything, and they're in there in the kitchen talking, and I didn't know you could hear them over me. but so those are going to be really cool. Like I said, the Mickey, it looks like this is the colored one. Not sure about the other one, the more platinum looking one. I don't see it yet, but so it's going to be $50 for that. It looks like. So if one's 50, I'm sure the other one's probably going to be 50 as well. And Susie says, Walt on the train is my favorite. Well, if you guys, Susie loves trains too. She definitely shares that with Walt. And so that's pretty exciting. And that's going to be a decent sized Funko Pop. For that price, that's really good. He's going to be, that's going to be a much larger Funko Pop. So it's the reason why it costs a little bit more. So already, guys, you see what I mean? Some really cool stuff that's coming out. Now look, also another Princess series is coming out for the 100th, and these are really, really cool. Top left is Cinderella. She is absolutely gorgeous. On her dress, it has that transition, kind of like when it was transitioning into that dress, and it's just really, really pretty. There's a lot of sparkle and shine to these particular Funkos. The Elsa one, her dress is almost like an iridescent type color. Pamela, I said The Walt with the camera, I'm not sure. Don't think I have pre-ordered it yet. No, it's through Funko, so there's no pre-order on Walt with the camera yet. And then in the center, you see there's Snow White. She has wearing the clogs. She has little white birds around her. Really, really cool. Very, very, non-princess Snow White. Okay, and just really cool. I love that. And then the Tiana Funko there on the right is going to be. Oh, let me go back. The Snow White, as you see, is going to be available through Target and only available through Target. Now, sometimes Target will have a notification on when their Funko Pops are going to drop as well. If it's one that you want, I would just check that out through Target. I would also keep an eye on it. Some of these may drop in stores. You may have to buy them online. You're just going to have to keep checking that. Same way with Tiana. The Tiana is a diamond edition, so she's going to be worth a little bit more in the collector's market. Also, she's a Books a Million exclusive. Okay, so you could either order her through Books a Million or also through or go to the Books a Million store. I don't know if she has been released yet. I haven't really done a lot of the release stuff on the princesses yet because I just got those that they're rolling in. But the Tiana one is very, very pretty. So I would definitely encourage you guys to jump on that. Yeah, she is. She is gorgeous. Pamela, the best thing to do is just go to Funko and look up maybe like Walt with camera. Funko, maybe do that. As a matter of fact, I'll do that while I'm talking to you. Walt Funko and see if it comes up yet. Some of the yes, he is. He will be $15. The Walt Disney with the camera will be $15, and you can go to Funko.com and just have them notify you when he becomes available. All right, the next one here is a continuation of the princesses. Now, your jaws are gonna drop here. First of all, is Aurora. She is absolutely gorgeous. You can see kind of the same way they did with the Cinderella. There's that kind of the glistening around her dress. But look, we have Bert and Mary Poppins Funkos on the carousel horses. These are fantastic. I'm telling you, that is Susie and Beck and I were. Oh, I think it was like when we saw these. These are fantastic. Bert in the classic costume. So is Mary Poppins in the classic costume. These are just fantastic. Wow. I'm really excited about that. And then, of course, Moana. Here's Moana with her boat. This is, I wanted to say this Funko is going to go for about $40. This is a very large Funko, is the reason why it's $40. We've got an oversized Stitch Funko, and it's the box that this Moana is going to come in is probably going to be about like this. I mean, she's going to be big. I look for this to be a substantial size Funko. So it's going to take up a little bit of room on the countertop, but she is just very, very cool. But going back up to Aurora, I like that one of the things that they have done with let me type something in here with the Funkos here is that there's that kind of that shiny, almost, like I said, the Tiana was a diamond edition, kind of that diamondy look. I don't think the others are diamond edition except Tiana. I may be wrong. But at least that's what I'm seeing so far. All right. Then there's the Maribel. Look at her. This is a young Maribel. This is as a little girl, and she glows in the dark. You can see the little what was that? I can't even remember what that was. That glows in the dark. I just think that is so cool. You guys can tell me in the chat. I can't remember what that is that she's holding on to. But that is when Becca saw that. Let me see. Let me see if I can find a description. You guys may know. This is what she looks like. It's a glow in the dark. Oh, it's the candle. I'm sorry, it's the candle. Okay, I can see it better on this particular picture. Let me show you. I should have uploaded this one, but you can see this is what she looks like, and she is just really, really cute. She is going to be available through GameStop, and she is $12.99. and her release date is March 28th. So she's also going to be released. Now you can pre-order her as well through GameStop. Okay. And that's one of the things that you kind of learn. I did not realize until a couple days ago when I was looking at the Funko Fair listing that even Party City gets a an exclusive line of Funko Pops. I had no idea that Party City had them. So it's like, oh my lands, they're everywhere. Yes, it is the candle. You're exactly right. It is the candle, and that is just really really cool. Really really cool. All right, and then the next slide here is just when you thought if there's more, there is more. There's Tiana and Naveen, and there's Rapunzel and Flynn, and Carl and Ellie. All three my favorites. Funny story. If you follow anything with these Funkos, the Tiana and Naveen, the picture you have here is an older picture. This is when they first released it. I downloaded this picture, and he's a little light colored, and there were quite a bit of complaints by the public that he wasn't dark enough. So they have darkened him. So this is actually the lighter color Naveen. Now, if they had those manufactured and they drop, those are going to be worth serious money. I'm telling you, collectors are going to be all over that lighter colored Naveen. I'm not trying to say anything but it's a thing, y'all. It's a thing. So they darkened his skin because he is light. He is really a light color. They call him the whitewashed Naveen. He is pretty light here. Now his color is much more similar to Prince Naveen and Princess and the Frog. Rapunzel and Flynn, Susie's favorite scene from the movie. This is from the lantern scene. We will definitely own that one. This is definitely going to be a Funko we will own. Carl and Ellie, we're going to get this one as well. We gave Becca for Christmas. She has the Carl and Ellie at the balloon cart, which is so cute. As a matter of fact, I might put that one on the Funko Cam tonight so that you can see it. But Carl and Ellie reading, holding hands. I am like Bloomin' Cheesa. I need that. This is so cute. Honestly, I think of all the Up Funko Pops, this is my favorite. It is. I want the house. Monarch Moments. Garrett got the house when it first came out. Now you can't find it. It is completely sold out everywhere, and you have to pay an arm and a leg to get it through eBay. But this one is. I know this was going to be popular. Anything associated with Up goes crazy on the collector market, and I'm excited about this because this is just absolutely a precious Funko Pop. Okay, let's see. I think this is the last slide, and they're releasing the cats from Aristocats. As you can see there, absolutely adorable. These are great. And then Funko has released. This is available to order now. Is what is called the Facet Mini, and this is a series that they're doing for the 100th. And you can see that she's like a cut jewel, and it's called Facet. So she's Facet Mini, and then also through Books A Million is going to be from Lilo and Stitch. This is Reuben eating the peanut butter and jelly sandwich. So that is just really really cool. So this is another good. Not as excited about this particular slide of Funko Pops. They're great. I wanted to show them to you because they are part of the 100th. But compared to what we started with, oh, I'm sorry, these guys just pale in comparison, right? Just this slide alone is a Walt or Disney historian's, wow, jaw-dropping experience. Yeah, that is an awesome Tangled moment. That is for sure. It dropped from 50 degrees to 20 degrees in 2 hours. That's what it's been doing here in Florida, which has been crazy. It was like 59, and then 2 or 3 hours later, it was like 30. Last night, it got down to 30. Tonight, it's like 30. It's 51 right now, but I think it's going to get down into the mid 30s. It's been crazy weather where, like you said, just in a little bit of time, it drops 20 and 30 degrees. Yeah, definitely stay warm, Lena and Sam. We don't need Sam getting sick again. So there we go. So those are all of the. Let me take those out. So that's all of the Funkos that this week. That is just this week that have been released. So needless to say, it has been a busy time, and Stevie Lee actually watched the Funko stream from last week and saw what I was doing, and she Instagrammed me and said, "Hey, look, are you connected with these particular people?" And so she connected me with some different folks, and so now I'm in the loop for some of these drop dates. So that was really really cool. So last night we went to Tallahassee, and I was in search of Funko Cam. In search of Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. He is a Hot Topic. He's been released by Hot Topic. How cool is he? Look at this. He is fantastic. Just love him. Love him, love him, love him. I have always enjoyed Oswald. As you guys know, he was the predecessor to Mickey. But whenever he was owned by Universal, and when Walt Disney left Universal, or they kicked him out, they kept Oswald. And so Walt Disney was forced to come up with an alternative. And on the train ride is the infamous story where he birthed, so to speak, Mickey. And it was kind of funny because, let me pull that off. It was kind of funny because Walt had a thing for mice anyway. One of his early animations was about mice, and he just drew this like room full of mice. And so whenever he started early drafts of Mickey Mouse, they looked a lot like those mice that were in those earlier drawings. There's a lot of films on YouTube, and I think there may be one on Disney Plus that talks about kind of the origins of Mickey, and they talk about that a little bit. But I don't know if many of them really cover that he kind of had a thing for mice, of drawing mice. So it almost sounded like it was kind of a natural thing for him to say, "Okay, I'm going to draw something I'm very familiar with," and he started drawing Mickey on the train. And because they look, the mice in a short that he did looks very similar to the early drawings of Mickey Mouse. And of course, Mickey Mouse is born, and the rest is history. Well, during Michael Eisner's tenure, if you remember, he got Oswald the Lucky Rabbit back, but Universal still held license for him. So even though Disney owned him, there was still licensing that had like 20 years left to expire that Walt Disney Company could actually use Oswald. So that's the reason why now you're seeing more Oswald stuff popping up over the last few years. But you are seeing a lot of Oswald stuff now, and it has something to do with public domain and trademark, which is a funny story. Do you know if older train set the characters in rides will work with the new train set with what? Probably. I The wheel size looks the same, so I think they would. So that would be the villain's train. Which the only part of the villain's train I have actually is Captain Hook. And I do have the others, though, except I don't have the Mickey part of that and the Donald part. I've got two of them, two or three of the cars. They should Bloomin' Cheesa because it looks like it's the same hook, and the tires look the same. So it'd be really kind of cool to just kind of, whatever trains you have, connect those pieces together. That's a great question. That would actually be a really neat idea to do right there. So let me kind of tell you guys a story because and you might have read this or you might have heard about this, so it may not be new to you, but there's been a lot of buzzing going on since last year that in 2023, Walt Disney was going to lose Mickey Mouse. Mickey Mouse is going away. No longer would Disney have, now he's going to be public domain. Now everybody can own Mickey. Well, the reality is is public domain would go into public domain this year is that original drawing of Mickey, not the Mickey Mouse that we know now. It's not Mickey globally. It's just that image from 1928, okay, that would go into public domain this year. Now, the way that worked is when an artist released something or died, there was a 75-year period before that particular thing could go into public domain, image or whatever could go into public domain. Well, Sonny Bono, back in the day when he was in the Senate, he sponsored a bill. I'm sure Walt Disney probably was behind it somewhere, and got that extended from 75 years to 95 years. So this year, 2023, makes the 95th anniversary of Mickey Mouse. Okay, Steamboat Willie. That drawing. So he would go. That particular drawing would go into public domain as of this year because the 95 years are up. So the hoopla had been, okay, Disney's going to lose Mickey. Okay, number one is that very first, that 1928 Mickey, not Mickey in general. But then the lawyers come in, of course, right? And this is where it gets really kind of interesting. How many of you remember watching going to the movie theater or watching on a video, a Disney feature film, and all of a sudden Steamboat Willie comes up, right? And he's on the wheel and whistling, right? And that became the intro. And for every single video now, that's how it opens. Well, that didn't happen by coincidence. And it wasn't Disney saying, oh, well, it was like, okay, well, now let's just put Steamboat Willie on video. They're building what is called trademark. They're having to show that, and they started this, it's been like 3-4 years ago, maybe longer than that actually, that they started doing that to build trademark around that 1928 image. Because if you build trademark around the image, it will not necessarily, you have a better chance in court that it not go into public domain, because you can argue that, hey, look, this is part of our trademark. Okay. So that's why Steamboat Willie has popped up everywhere over the last 4 or 5 years. T-shirts, signs, Funko Pops, right? Plushes, all the different plushes in the store. I love all of that retro stuff. So I've just been kind of like, whoa, this is awesome. Look how Disney's doing all this retro stuff. Not realizing what they were doing. What they were doing was establishing that 1928 image as trademark. So then this year, when it comes up, when we get to November 18th of 2023, when officially that 1928 image becomes 95 years old in a court of law, which it'll go to court. Disney's attorneys can say, hey, this is now part of company trademark. It's not an image that we can allow to go public domain. It doesn't mean that it's a guarantee that the judge will vote on their side, but they probably will, because they have they've done this now for 4 or 5 years. They are establishing that trademark. So that's why, guys, you see a lot of Steamboat Willie. He shows up on a lot of stuff. Okay, same thing with Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. Oswald the Lucky Rabbit was established in 1927. So actually his 95 years came up 2 years ago. Well, that's when you started seeing Oswald pop up a lot. Especially around the 100th, they've really started doing a lot with Oswald. Reason being, they're trademarking him to keep him from falling into public domain. The next ones that are going to be coming up are Donald, Pluto, and Goofy. I find this interesting, and I didn't put the pieces together until I had studied this up, was this. For the 100th birthday, the Funko Pops that they've been releasing, they released, of course, the black and, the two-tone Mickey, which is back here, and they released at D23, they released the 1931 Mickey and Minnie. They released them, and that's all part of trademarking. Okay, that's what they're doing. So when you see how this all comes together, it's kind of crazy. But so in the 100th anniversary releases, they're releasing which I showed you on a slideshow last week, a Donald, and they're releasing a Goofy. Well, again, it's all part of and they're black and white. They're not the new Goofy. They're not the new Donald. They're the retro Donald. I even made a comment, and it's kind of funny because I didn't realize it at the time that, wow, they even kind of elongated Donald's nose in that on that Funko Pop. That's really cool because they are capturing that image, because those are the images that will fall into public domain within the next 3 or 4 years. So they're going ahead, they're establishing trademarking around those images so that it will keep them out of public domain. So anyway, kind of funny. And so that's the reason why, we're starting to see a lot of Oswald the Lucky Rabbit, right? So a cool thing about Oswald the Lucky Rabbit is every now and then, what Funko will do is they will release a Funko Pop, but then they will also release a chase. Now, the chase is hard to find, except last night I was very, very fortunate. The store I went to, the Hot Topic store I went to, had a shelf of about 6 or 7 Oswalds, and in the back, they had put a chase. And the chase Oswald is him with his top hat and his walking stick. I cannot tell you how excited I was. It was probably embarrassing how excited I was to get this chase, because when we left here, I said, well, I'm going, want to get Oswald. And I said, if I could get the chase, that would be absolutely amazing. But they're hard to find. They're really rare. People who have gotten them have already been selling them on eBay for, $50, $60, $70. And I got one, the only one that they had. And he is so, so cool. Mini Fan says he was super excited. Yeah, I was. I actually had to kind of hold my excitement because Susie and Becca and our niece had gone to the other side of the store and had kind of left me there. And so here he is. I don't know how well he's going to stand. Probably not very well. He needs... Oh, good. He has a base. I was just going to say, Oswald needs a base. Hold on a minute, guys. Oswald has a base. Oh, wow. He's got a completely different base than the others. He's got wow. These are great bases. You guys are seeing the very first... I have not unpackaged this Oswald since I got him. I have kept him in the bag so nothing would happen to him. Wow, these bases are really good. Wow, I got to figure out how to get him snapped in there. Yeah, this is not just a little prong. It's like a... Wow, goodness gracious. Probably need Susie in here to help me with this. There. Well, I at least got one of them in there. I'll get the other one in later. But that's what he looks like. Is he cute or what? Isn't that fantastic? Let me get the other one out here. And I'll put them side by side. Oh, he comes with a base too. Even better. Yeah, he's got that funky bottom too on the base. Here, I'll just put one foot in there. There we go. Take a look at them, guys. Aren't they great? Look at them. They're fantastic. They are absolutely adorable. Yeah, Pamela, he does. He looks very dapper, doesn't he? Yeah, and I got to figure out how the I guess you might have to turn his foot a certain way to get this other one snapped, because it like snaps on there. I think once you put it on there, he's probably not coming off of it. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, boy, you put them on these new bases, and they're not going anywhere. Boy, that's wild. Yeah. Let's not break them on camera. There. There he is. But those look great. So, needless to say, I was super excited. All right, you're not going to be able to hear me. I'm going to put it on the big. I'm going to put it on a big screen so you can see them better. But I'm not going to say anything. There's not going to be any sound. Okay. That's really cool. Oh wow, that is really cool, Bloomin' Cheese. We have a girl in our church that just moved to Virginia. She was in the Navy and she was there in Everett, and she would go to the Funko store and get some of the Funkos for me. So that's really cool. Yeah, she would walk down the street to the Funko store. Yeah. So would you check out the store there because you guys will get stuff before we even realize it, and they always have a lot of Disney stuff come through that store because she's picked up all the entire artist series that I showed the other night. That all came from the store there in Everett. All of those. There he went. There he is. He snapped on. So they are on the base, never to return. I am not taking the bases off of these. So they're really, really cool. I thought you guys would like them. That is just great. I am, needless to say, as she said, I am super excited that I got not only that I was able to get. Hold on a minute. Oh my goodness. Sometimes Oswald himself, but to be able to get the chase was just really, really cool. Really cool. So instead of being on the stream last night, I was getting Funkos for the stream tonight. And I have another to show you, which is really, really cool. I had not seen this. I had seen this particular Funko Pop, but I had not seen it in a while. And they had it at Hot Topic because it is a Hot Topic exclusive. But check it out. It's Peter Pan and his shadow. Now, what is really cool is even in the box, you can barely see his shadow. I mean, it is a Funko Pop. You can kind of see it hiding back there. I'll have to take it out so that you can see it. But it's Peter Pan and Peter Pan's shadow. When this first came out, I was like, oh, wow. How cool is that? And I never saw it anywhere. And honestly, I had forgotten about it. But when we went to the store last night, they had it. To answer Pamela's question, each of the Oswalds were $12.99 a piece. So they're basic Funko price. Now I had a Funko coupon, so that took $15 off. So I didn't pay that. It ended up being less. But these are so very cool. Now, no bases on these. Well, so far, so good. Didn't need a base. But there it is. There is Peter Pan and his shadow. Is that cool or what? I just think that is so neat. He is really, really dark. Like a really dark gray. I mean, in the real light, you can see his eyes. His eyes and his eyebrows, and his feather is black. But his everything else is gray. His legs are a little bit lighter gray, as you can kind of see as I turn him in the light there. But this set was $19.99. It was $19.99 for this set, which is not bad because it's two Funko Pops essentially. And of course, like I said, I had the coupon, so it came out to be a little bit less. But these are just exceptional. And this is my very first I don't have a Peter Pan Funko Pop, so this is my first Peter Pan. So now I have a Peter Pan, I have Tinkerbell back there on the castle, and I have Captain Hook in the train. So I kind of have a little bit of a set, if you will, now. So anyway, that was really cool. So that's what I was doing last night instead of live streaming. Was I was getting these Funko Pops. So I'm glad I got to share them with you guys. So there's our fun with Funkos this week. So hopefully you learned some new things. Oh, Kelly, I'm sorry I didn't catch you in the chat. Yes, we are having a fantastic Saturday for sure. We had a little wedding reception thing today, so that was a lot of fun. Becca and some of our church kids were servers. We're going to have a barbecue lunch at our church tomorrow, so we're excited about that. He sure is. That's a real cool Funko. Yeah, yeah, he is. That is these are really cool Funko Pops. So, and the like I said, the Peter Pan and the Peter Pan Shadow, those are Hot Topic exclusives. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't order them through Amazon. Some of the stuff through Hot Topic, the other distributors, will also end up on Amazon. This is the card that came in this Funko Pop. I mean, that's almost frameable. I mean, that looks really cool. So I'll tell you what. Let me do that. Let me put the background behind them, and let me turn the Funko Cam back on. Check that out. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So you can actually see the shadow a little bit better with the backdrop. Anyway, that's pretty cool. So, but like I said, if you order through Amazon, Amazon has been pretty good about doing discounts on a lot of Funkos lately. Some of the ones I've gotten recently have been a little bit cheaper. Some of them are like 11 or 12% less than market value, which is really good. If there's one that you like, save it and just keep an eye on it. But the Walt Disneys they're just going to go. I can tell you guys right now, they're just going to go really, really fast. Just keep an eye out for them. Makes laser shoot. Yeah, it does. Yeah. It's kind of built that way, right? And a lot of the sets like this have a background like that. I've got several that I took out of the box, and I have the backgrounds over here in a folder that goes with them when I take them out of their box. So, because Peter Pan and his Shadow, they're going to stay out of the box. All right, guys. Well, I think that's it for tonight. That's it for our Funko Pop, our fun with Funkos tonight. Next week, I'm probably going to work on. I think I'm going to do some of the icons. I think I'm going to do add icons in some of the icon series. So that'll be a lot of fun. Some of those are older Funko Pops, but they're still available, and so that you can see them in person if it's something that you might find interesting. Funko Pops that you may not have even known were out there. So not a lot of new stuff next week, unless Susie, lets me buy more. She's not. I've beat my limit for the week. But we'll have some ad icons next week that we'll look at. All right. Well, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. I appreciate it greatly. And I hope you learned something too, as we talked a little bit about some Disney history. May do some trivia tomorrow. Not sure. Just kind of look for an announcement to pop up. And but definitely Monday night we're going to do trivia, and we're also going to we'll do some kind of in review stuff, kind of look at the news and things like that. Some other things I'm thinking about doing. Friday we'll leave here. We'll be going down to Orlando. So Friday, Saturday, and Sunday we will be at the Arts Festival down at Epcot. Plan to do some vlogging there. May even do some streaming from there. Kind of depends on how it goes. Sometimes trying to stream in the parks if you're not used to doing it. I mean, I've done it, but it can be kind of laborious. If it's too aggravating to stream with internet or whatever, I'll give up. But I'll definitely be doing some vlogging down there. So be ready to have all that stuff. So a lot of stuff. The following week is going to be art festival related for sure. And we're trying to get our appetites ready because there's a lot of really cool food at the festival that we want to try out as well. And definitely we're going to try to look up Tucker while we're there, Kelly. Let him know we're going to be at Magic Kingdom on Friday and at Epcot on Saturday and Sunday. We'd love to meet up with him, take him to lunch or something. So tell him to see if we can try to get together with him. I'd love to hang out with him for just a little bit, and maybe even do an interview. Vlog an interview that we can put up on Mickey Sightings to see how his time at the college program's going. So that'd be a lot of fun. All right, guys. Well, again, thank you for hanging out with me tonight. I pray you guys have a blessed day tomorrow. I'm looking forward to tomorrow. It's going to be a great day. I'm going to leave you with tonight with a little bit more Voices of Liberty. I think we'll do. Let's see, maybe the America compilation that they do. Anyway, so don't close out yet. Watch the Voices of Liberty, and that'll wrap us up tonight. All right, guys, we love you and thank you. And we appreciate you for supporting our channel. Don't forget to hit the like button before you head out tonight. Share the stream. We'd love for you guys to do that. And never lose sight of this one thing, y'all. It was all started by a mouse. And we'll see you real soon. Aren't you grateful for